And me, I just want to talk about the cool newspaper clippings we have, the wonderful artifacts, and just go ahead with that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, what's it like, the wee hours of the morning, you guys are in the museum by yourself? Does it get a little strange?
Well, we're in here right now. We thought it'd be better to broadcast live from the museum and not from our house. And it's pretty great. We've got the light on the box. All the lights are off except for the cases. And
it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I don't know how comfortable I'd be, but you guys are around it all the time.
All right, so we've kind of beaten around the bush on this. Tell us about your haunted object, and are we allowed to say the name across the global airwaves?
I don't know, man.
Might bring about the apocalypse.
Yeah, right. Well, they're opening a Divic box live on air. Why can't we do this?
I was thinking about that, and I thought, what? That's ridiculous. And that, I mean, what? I know nothing about the Divic box. I know nothing about its keepers, but all I know is, are ratings that important that you're willing, Come on, sometimes you got to draw the line. And
but it has brought up to me since we talked about it the first hour, Eric, that it very likely could be a replica of the box.
Okay.
It could be.
That was something that's brought up because, the
and then it's fraud.
Replica of the box, open it up. No, who would really know? That kind of thing. So.
No one would know.
Yeah.
Well, we're not opening our box, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's staying shut.
It's
what?
Maybe if Evil Knievel showed up and he was like, I'm gonna jump over this box. Wait, he passed away.
He comes back from the dead.
Yeah, he comes back from the dead.
Zombie Evil Knievel.
First, he comes back from the dead. Then...
All right, so you want to hear about the box?
We got to hear about the box.
All right, so in 1970, Raymond Buckland gets a phone call from a friend of his named Tom. He's a ceremonial magician of some renown. And Tom lives in the Lower East Side of New York, and he wants Buck to come visit. Buck was always down to hang, so he travels down to him, goes to this guy's apartment. I know it's the Lower East Side, so I like to imagine it's the same building that Physical Graffiti, the cover of that record.
Sure, Led Zeppelin, yeah.
Goes over to this guy's place, and his friend closes the door, and he's like, there's another reason why I asked you to come over. I conjured something, and I can't get rid of it.
Oh, well, that's always a great reason to have a dinner party.
Thanks. So Buckland's like, not my demon, not my problem. I gotta go. And his friend's like, no, seriously, I need your help, please. And he begs and pleads. Buck was a very gracious, generous person, and I could see the look in his eye where he was just like, okay, fine.
I'll take your box.
He goes home, he gets a collection of grimoires, and he gets to work. He said it took about 3 days, but when they were convinced that this entity was inside the box, they sealed it with incantations and then some framing wire so it doesn't just pop open when he puts it on his shelf. He takes it home, never to be open again. We honor that tradition of not opening it. We have a special case because people would always try to break into the old case. And,
Wow.
So,
go ahead, Jillian. Sorry about that.
And we do get a lot of people that come in, especially like people that are very empathic. Steven and I are not, so we're lucky. But people that, can feel the energies coming off of it. We get a lot of people that, almost faint or, feel like something is pushing them into the ground, and it's all, related to the box, to the demon over there. So he's still around. He's just not really leaving the area.
He's in the box. He can't leave the box.
But he still has some reach outside of that box.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was there, and sometimes I think I am somewhat sensitive, although lots of times I just don't seem to be. But no, I didn't really pick up anything in particular, but that doesn't mean anything at all. I've been in many situations where I was the one who didn't pick up on anything at all, and everyone else was freaking out, losing their minds, and barfing in the corner because of the shadow people. And I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah, I'm the same way. What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? What?
Shadow, what?
Yeah, what's that thing? So you got...
For a little bit of psychic neuropathy where I just don't have to engage.
Well, that's probably the best policy right there. Just don't engage. Just ignore the box as you walk by. Don't look at it.
Well, we actually had a seance in here, and the demon was the one that was communicating with us. Oh. And the demon said, I want you to pay attention to me. I want, I live here, and you guys don't talk to me. And
he's a needy demon, is what you're saying.
Yes, he's needy. So after that, I would come in and I would, as soon as I walk in, I'd say hello, like, hey, what's going on? And make sure his case was all clean and everything. And that's when he started to act up. He'd get a little power, and so now I ignore him again.
Yeah, I don't text him any longer.
Yeah, no longer BFFs. You don't get together.
Power. He is the absolute ruler of his box.
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine it's a pretty cool space age bachelor pad in there.
I would imagine it is. You should have the box X-rayed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in there.
He plays a lot of Martin Denny in there.
We would get along very
Steven
well.
would love to be in there then.
Yeah.
Drinking martinis.
He might be the kind of demon that other demons make fun of. You're a caption put in a box. Look at you.
I don't know. But by the great Raymond Buckland, so that's
Yeah, that's something.
Right. Before or it's up to you guys if you want to apply it to an artifact there. I thought it'd be really interesting and fun to kind of just run through some of your favorite items or most evocative items or most historical items. But I also want to get at, all right, so here we are. And I know you guys are not practitioners, but you are certainly, obviously, very, very well versed. What is the essence, the very essence of witchcraft, or specifically Wicca? What is it? What makes it work? And in your opinion, is it real? Is it effective? Does it do what it purports to do?
Yeah, absolutely. And what is the essence? I actually underlined something in Buckland's book right here, the big, or the complete book of witchcraft, now in its 50th printing. And it says right here, the main tenet of witchcraft, the Wiccan Rede, is, and harm none, do what thou wilt. Do what you will, but do not do anything that will harm another. It's as simple as that. So, you can talk about things like energies and stuff like that, but really I think it boils down to just being cool, man, and not...
not being a jerk.
Yeah, don't be a jerk. And also, with Wicca especially, that's one of the rules. Witchcraft is a little, the umbrella term of witchcraft can be a little different.
Gotcha.
But also, they work with, it's earth-based. And so they work with a lot of herbs and, call the elements air, fire, earth, and water, and also, are very in tune with the seasons, base their Sabbats on that. So it is a pagan religion, so it's
revering the god and goddess of witchcraft.
Revering the god and goddess, yeah.
Gotcha.
God, fertility goddess. So it's all that groovy stuff. And of course, you got to turn your back on Satan.
Because Satan doesn't exist.
Could it be Satan? No, yeah.
It's all day long I have to sit there and answer the question, so are you guys Satanists? And it's like, how exactly can you be a Satanist if you don't believe in the concept of Satan?
True.
Raymond Buckland, as a Gardnerian, he subscribed to the idea of the pre-Christian witch cult in Europe. And so you're sitting there, you got this horn god that you're into, you got this goddess, and then the Christians show up with their Bible, and they're like, hey, yeah. So there's this book that talks about how terrible, like, this horn guy is. But you look in the Bible, there's no description of Satan with horns or a tail, any of that stuff. It's all a smear campaign. So
Sure. Christians came along and said, your way of doing things is wrong, ours is right. So they bastardized it, made it wrong, they made it evil.
Co-opted all the holidays.
Yep.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, just talking about that and how Yule is actually, was co-opted by Christians to become Christmas.
Samhain became All Saints Day, and eventually, and then All Saints Eve, and that became Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very interesting, though, how they all kind of merged together. And we covered that, about a month ago? We had a witch on, and she explained a lot about that as well, how they merged a lot of them, and they let them keep a couple of Christians. They kind of, like Halloween was one where they said, okay, we'll throw you a bone on that one. That kind of stuff,
All right. Well, you guys have a amazing, fascinating collection. You got a lot of stuff jammed into a rather small space. Isn't it something like only 40% of the collection is up? Did I recall that?
There's a lot more to show. A good chunk of the collection is the archives. Raymond Buckland, some people would call him a pack rat, but I would call him an archivist dream. It's he has so many photographs that he kept, receipts for things, just
Date books going back to the 50s.
Yeah.
Like he kept every year date books and
Sure.
planners. And so you have a lot of information there kept in the archives right now, which, we'd love not necessarily to show because that's difficult, but just to make available to people, scholars, as well as like maybe online and do some things like that. So Eric, you came to our space a couple months ago, and did we tell you that we signed a lease for a new place in Old Brooklyn?
No, you did not.
Yes. So in a neighborhood just south of here, we just signed a lease. It's about 3 times the size. We're going to have room for a library. We're going to have room for more interpretation of the artifacts. Because right now it's really just a very fun cabinet of curiosities. But now we can actually maybe have a timeline that you can walk through and really understand the history of magic.
And the demon will get a new home. The demon will be happy. Look at this. I have new digs.
a new place to explore.
Moving on up.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. That sounds very exciting. You'll get more of the collection, I'm sure, out there so people can look at it.
When's this going to happen?
Well, we're looking to close at the end of December and then reopen hopefully by Valentine's Day.
Wow. Well, that's very ambitious and very soon.
Yeah,
That's
That'll be a soft opening, yeah.
just to be safe.
sure. That makes complete sense.
We're going to do a lot of work, so it'll be when we open. So
How much larger a space is it? Just like in 2 times bigger, 3 times bigger, 1.5 times bigger, that kind of thing.
6 times bigger.
3 times. Yeah, 3 times the fun.
Yeah.
Well, that will make a huge difference indeed. Hey, one of the things I noticed since we're already, I guess we're at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, we're going to run the break. We come back. We talk more about the Buckland Museum with Jillian and Stephen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
So Daddy's little girl thinks she's going to prom tonight with some punk who calls himself Snake.
Yeah, they grow up so fast.
Well, not if I can help it, they don't.
Okay, here's what you do. When that kid shows up, Dad's going to be doing a few chores around the house.
Huh?
It doesn't matter the chore. What's important is that it requires the use of a 60cc gas-powered chainsaw and possibly a mask.
I think it's showtime.
He's here. Dad, I want you to meet...
All right, let her rip.
What's that, honey? Hi, Snake. Great to meet